The number of satellites has now risen to over 30, increasing the system's accuracy. A smartphone or any device equipped with a GPS receiver determines its physical location by receiving signals from satellites and calculating based on the time the signals were sent and the satellite's positions. If the clocks on these satellites are off by even 1,000th of a second, users can be placed 200 or 300 kilometers away from the correct location, as many in Iran have experienced navigation outages tied to internal security. Clampdown Chitsaz remarks follow mounting public complaints of GPS disruptions across Iranian cities. Users reported navigation apps displaying incorrect locations, with one example cited by Hamihan involving a driver in Shah-e, southern Tehran, being shown in Shiraz. During the 12-day war, internet and mobile blackouts were announced as necessary for national security, seeing many Iranians without the internet for several days in a row. Hossein Maysami, director of new technologies at the Communications Ministry, acknowledged difficulties faced by the likes of taxi drivers and couriers who depend on GPS services for business. We must accept that an event occurred in our country, and it was reasonable for certain agencies that are sensitive in this area to impose restrictions until conditions normalize, Maysami said on Monday, referring to the lingering after-effects of the 12-day war with Israel. He also warned that senior military and government personnel should under no circumstances use WhatsApp, citing security concerns. In Tehran, GPS disruptions have been reported near military and security sites such as the Ministry of Defense and sensitive locations, such as around the residences of the Supreme Leader. In these restricted zones, residents have been unable to locate themselves for days or even longer, with their phones showing them in distant places like Mehrabad Airport, or even in another country. Damage to digital businesses acknowledged. The deputy minister also admitted that government-imposed internet restrictions have hurt the private sector, affecting as many as 10 million internet-dependent businesses. Filtering and systemic disruption have not only destroyed some businesses but also created social despair and mistrust, Chitsaz admitted. During the war, rights group Rana said over 1,100 Iranians had been killed by Israel, including military personnel and nuclear scientists targeted, with senior figures eliminated in a wave of precision strikes. Iran says 13 top nuclear scientists were killed, with a further 20 commanders, including the Commander-in-Chief of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, also eliminated. On Saturday, IRGC-affiliated Fars News said that the country's president was among several injured when an Israeli strike targeted a National Security Council meeting. Written by Arraale M, Jama, a freelance journalist and human rights activist.